Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here on YOUCANIC we have a 2019 Nissan Sentra, and on this Nissan Sentra we need to remove the airbag control module so that it can be sent in and fixed. The airbags went off on the vehicle, and you can send in your control modules to have them recoded because those other pieces have been fixed. So to start with, you need to disconnect your negative battery. Let your car sit. After you disconnect that negative cable, you're going to let your car sit for a good 15 minutes so that everything can de-energize. And then we can get to this control module, which is right here in the center console and down below here, and we can get to this fairly easily without having to remove the whole center console. So first we've got to pop this cover off, the bezel from the radio unit. So we'll start with that. You just take your non-marring tool and you can kind of get it under there and pull the bottom out. And then we've removed that. And then there's two bolts right here that are a T20. You remove those two, and once those are out, then you can just pop this cover up. One thing, you're going to want your car, you chock the tires, because you need to release this and move it back. Now this is the safety release switch right here, and so to release that, you just take a small screwdriver once you pop the cover, push it down, and then that way you can get it to put it into neutral and move it so that you can pop this cover off. And the reason you can't do it is because we don't have the battery hooked up, so you won't be able to do it with the electronics and pressing the brake. So once you pop this cover up and you just work it out, and you've removed those two screws, then you can work this out. Now you're going to have a cable that's connected here to the power source, or sometimes referred to as the cigarette lighter, and you would just clip and remove that cable. So once you've done that, then the one last piece that you've got to pop up, okay? So once you've done that, we have this piece right here that we've got to move up. So if you pull your e-brake and have it set up, and then pull up the little cubby cover here, you can now remove this piece. And this we just need to pop up with our good non-marring tool. And then remove and set that aside. And you'll see this big yellow, well, the box is here, but all these yellow connectors down there, that is what we've got to remove. So there's one bolt on this side, and there's two bolts down here. So it's a size 13 to be able to loosen and remove those. So down this one, there's an electrical wire that was down in there that you got to make sure you can wire it. Oh, why did I change it? Now with those bolts loosened and removed, you can reach your hand down through here and be able to pull the bolts out, and then we can unconnect these connectors by pressing them and pulling. So that's how you remove your airbag control module from your 2019 Nissan Sentra. May apply the same method to more than one Nissan model, but this happens to be a Nissan Sentra. And so then you'll take this and we'll send it into the factory where they can reprogram this and let it know that the work has been completed and repaired. And we're going to go and reinstall the airbag control module. We removed this airbag control module to send it in to have it reset, because the airbags had gone off in this vehicle. We've replaced those airbags, and we just need to have this, you take this out and send it in and it can get reset, and now we're going to install it. So to start with, we've the battery, of course, is still disconnected. While we install this, you're going to want to disconnect that 15 minutes before and let the power discharge, because we would hate to hook this up and then airbags go off again. So to gain access for this module, and this is a Nissan Sentra of 2019, but they've all been located right here in this section, right in the center console. So this one, we can just pop this cover, which is where your cup holders go. You pop that cover and you can reach in here and get it. But I have gone further and popped this cover off because the one bolt is a lot easier to get to via just an extension and down, or the 2 bolts that go down here. There's 2 bolts. So the module has an arrow that points and shows you that it's supposed to go forward. So we had a Rogue. On a Rogue, it actually was more flipped this way and the arrow pointed forward. So the connections came in on the front, whereas the connections on this one come in from the back. So you just got to make sure that when you put it back in, that you follow the arrow that says forward and pointing to the front of the vehicle. So you gotta just drop this down here. We're getting a little hung up on the e-brake there. And you don't want to be dropping this around. You want to be as careful, as smooth with it as you can. So we've got the 1 bolt there is lined up, and then we're just going to connect these connectors. Okay, so all those connectors are connected. We got the 1 bolt started back here, and I'm just going to reach down through here and find the front bolt. Alright, so the 3 bolts, they're a size 13, so we've got the 1 back here and we've got 2 up front. So the 2 up front we have access through right here behind the shift knob, and so we can drop that down. There's an electric wire on this side that kind of is what I'm dealing with. Okay, so we got the front 2 tight. The back 1 tight. All the connectors are connected. So now we can go ahead and put the center console piece back on. Okay, this, we just go over back over the shifter knob, line it up up here, and then just press it forward and it'll snap into place. But then there's also 2 number 20 screws to put in up here. Well, they're 20 Torx screw heads. that go right here and here. Okay. And then we have this this piece around the radio that you just line up, and that just kind of snaps into place. And with the e-brake still up a little bit so that you can feed this over it, then you can put this right here, your cup holder, snap that into place, and now that is how you reinstall your airbag control module that is located right here in the center console. This is a Nissan Sentra, but it's fairly of a 2019. That's where in the 2019s we've seen they're all located right down here. So you can a lot of times just move this cover and you can get down there and you can get it off. But this one I did happen to move this just to get better access. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.